What's going on, y'all? This is Alexander, and you are plugged in to the Nerd Companion. Got my boy Lewis here.
What's up? What's up, Nerd Companions?
That's right. I guess it'll be second episode of the WrestleMania ClashCast. So, if you were to bring back any championship that's not currently on the books, which championship would you bring back?
Man, championship comeback. Hardcore, bro.
That's the one I was gonna say.
Man, it's either gonna be hardcore or 24/7.
I feel like you could merge the two rules together. Like the hardcore, I feel like the 24/7 rule would apply to.
That would be awesome.
I think
that sure would be. But then also, you think about things like cruiserweights. I think cruiserweights would be something cool to come back for.
Cruiserweight, yeah.
For a lot of these luchadors that are coming out.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That'd be on Ricochet, no doubt.
Oh, no doubt about that. That'd be all Ricochet all day, every day, bro.
He is so crazy, dude. It blows me away of the thing. Like, he has to have a gymnastics background. He has to.
Yeah, he
has to have a gymnastics background. Like, the stuff that he does,
crazy stuff, man.
Yeah, I'm just like, dude, there's no way you have to have a gymnastics background.
Yeah,
that was like way off topic, but the actor for, you ever see Star Wars?
Yeah.
Okay, Darth Maul. He had a gymnastics background.
Oh, okay.
And that's why he was able to do all the
stuff.
Choreographed fighting, was that he had a crazy gymnastic background.
I know he does that sometimes at the Comic Cons when he pops up. Someone will just hand him over the lightsabers.
Yeah, do your thing, man.
Dude goes at it.
That's crazy. But yeah, I definitely feel like I don't know too much about his background, but I feel like he has to have a gymnastics background. Like, the dude is insane. Like,
yeah,
he just does crazy stuff.
I mean, even when you like, I think I saw a TikTok or something. He was walking into the airport with his wife, and everybody's like, Ricochet, and he stops and he does this backflip, bro, out of nowhere. Like,
he's gotta love it.
I was like, this dude is crazy, dude.
He's got like Naruto shirts on. Like, he has all he's got like Dragon Ball Z shirts on, like he's a super nerd. Like, just loves all which is really cool. He's just like a big kid.
I mean, he's just being himself. That's what it is. I mean,
I love it.
That's what it's about. Yeah. Yeah, those probably be the championships I want back, man. It's like,
yeah, definitely hardcore. Cruiserweight would be cool, because I feel like in general, those size of a wrestler it's like they're stuck in limbo, in purgatory, right? Like,
yeah,
they obviously have extreme talent.
Talking about someone trying to step up to a heavyweight or something just to get a belt. It's like,
yeah,
what about me?
I know, and it kind of sucks. So I definitely feel like they have to showcase it, but I feel like that and the tag team kind of like divisions don't get enough, I guess, showcase.
I mean, unless you're R-Truth and you hold on to the 24/7 championship forever.
How long did he hold on to it for?
Man, it was a good while, dude. I don't know. It was like, I think I lost count on that one.
All right, big question. You think Damian Priest is going to cash in on WrestleMania?
I do.
You do?
I do. I've been saying it since, man, I don't know, last couple of months. Everybody's like, are you sure? I was like, man, I'm 100% sure he's
I'm scared to hear it from you, honestly, because you always come.
I'm always on point on that.
It's like you got an inside man.
I just.
Do you have an inside man?
No.
You ain't gonna drop a name.
It's Frank.
He's a secret writer, ghost writer for WWE.
But yeah, I really.
You don't have an inside man?
No,
come
bro.
on, dude.
I wish I did.
I'm not saying to name drop him. You don't have, but you don't have an inside. You don't have an inside man?
No, sir.
All right, whatever, dude.
I mean, I would love to. I would love to do some writing, though. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'd probably come up with some crazy stuff. But yeah, man, I really do feel like he's gonna cash in.
What do you think is gonna happen?
And I mean, I know we're jumping in ahead of time because we're talking about what we think.
You want to save it to when we talk about
it?
You want to save it for later?
Yeah, I'll save it for later.
Okay.
I'll explain my story. How this.
Just interject yourself whenever it comes up. We'll get right into the card. I don't believe it. I'd kind of skip past a majority of Raw tonight on the 1st of April. Happy April Fool's Day. This is not a joke. So I don't know what matches are going to be on what night, but I have some written down here.
Yeah, I don't think they even. I don't think they've said how it's going to work out on some of them.
I think all we know is that
all we know is the first night's the tag match between Cody, Seth, and of course the Bloodline, so to speak.
That's gonna be wild. First match, we got Paul versus Orton versus Owens. What you think?
Man, as much as I can't stand Logan Paul.
Dude, I like him. He's terrible.
I mean, he's terrible.
He's terrible.
But
did you see the skit when he was walking down the hallway and it was the ref that was the ref of the match that called Owens out for cheating?
Oh yeah.
And he was like, I think I love you just a little bit. He puts the belt on him. He says, you can have it. I can just buy another one. He goes, no, wait, give it back.
That was funny. Yeah, that
Dude,
sure as
so
heck
hilarious.
was. But honestly, man, I just feel as much as I want it to be over with, with no belt, and I would love to see Orton with a belt. Honestly,
you think
I don't.
You think it's the United States? You think this is it?
Man, I would love to see him with a belt. United States would be great, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I think Paul will pull through somehow, some way, Eddie Guerrero style, probably cheat just to get it. But I think it's gonna be a good match though, because you got three people. You got Orton.
Owens always throws down.
I think you'll see probably more of Logan and RKO doing more fighting than Orton, to tell you the truth. Because I mean, I think lately a lot of the matches that I've seen Orton in,
he's kind of chilling.
I guess he's very safe, very safe.
He ain't trying to.
So that's another reason why I say I don't see Logan dropping the belt.
Yeah,
at Mania at all. As much as I would love to, but not gonna happen.
I wonder what the plans are for Paul. I mean, they're big, but I wonder what their intentions are. I think they're still trying to find where to place him.
Try to place him somewhere. Yeah, because I mean, like I say, until you find that one person who you think can match up with him, probably so. But as of right now, I mean, like I said, Randy's a great wrestler. To say he's going to be the man to defeat him, don't think so.
There's definitely be some stunners and RKOs being thrown around.
Yeah, and KO as well. I don't see him being a champion right now.
Yeah,
it's
just going to be a good show.
He's just more the show person, I would say. But yeah, of course, there's going to be some RKOs out of nowhere.
I feel like he's behind the curtain. I feel like he is Logan Paul's kind of like mentor.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, I bet they wrestle a lot. Yeah.
Next thing you know, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about this?
Yeah, I guarantee you they're back there, and I guarantee you he's like a mentor to him. Like, I bet they do it a lot. And I guarantee, I bet Randy Orton's like Uncle Randy back there, like kind of watching out for everybody. Because he's definitely like, even his attitude nowadays is so mild compared to. But yeah, no, I'm with you. I think Paul's going to retain. I think it'll be a fun match to watch. But I just don't see it going any other way.
Yeah, I don't see anything else happening with. Logan's going to hold on to the belt for a good while, probably. I mean, as much as I would probably say, maybe SummerSlam, but that's too close.
I don't even know. I don't even know what they're doing with him. I'm just kind of having fun watching him because he's such a menace.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, some of the skits and promos that he's cutting are pretty good. Like I said, the one, like the interference with the match on, was it SmackDown? Where
Remind me.
Well, he came out and he was the tag match with Orton and KO together, I guess.
Oh yeah.
And then he knocks out KO with the brass knuckles.
Pretty deadly.
And then next thing you know, you see Randy and KO chasing him down.
So I thought they were going to start beefing there and really start an actual triangle and not just basically Randy and KO fighting Logan. Yeah. I thought that was going to be like, you messed it up, and then they were going to start beefing too.
It
and
looked
having
like that for
official...
a bit. Looked like that for a bit, but then they throw on the nice cam on the screen. So.
Yeah, he goes back under the ring. What an idiot. His character.
But bro, I was tripping out. Like, he just sit there like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. It like I said, once again, it brings back the whole Eddie Guerrero feeling with everything Eddie used to do back in the day with cheating.
All the great heels do it.
But like I said, Logan's good at it, man. Logan's pretty good at it. So that should be a good match, honestly. I think that's going to be a good match.
I think it's going to be an opening match. It'll be like
the opening match. Yeah.
That or the Knight and Styles will be like an opening match, I feel like. Or maybe Jay and Jimmy. I don't know.
And Jay and Jimmy would be great. So that way you can end the night with them actually still coming out at the end of the night.
Like you're saying,
being a part of the tag match. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. My suspicion is that they're going to make something happen with them anyway. But they're both going to be on the same side.
Jay and Jimmy, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but Jay was for Monday night Raw that was here in Houston. He visited his old stomping grounds. He was at ROW.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was there. Man, I wanted to make it there that night, bro. I was like, I'm gonna make it. Didn't make it. But yeah, he showed up out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a couple of video clips out there of him talking to Booker. And Booker's like, you remember when I told you guys would be better than the Harlem Heat? And now you guys are beefing. He's like, yeah, sometimes you gotta knock the crap out your brother.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A good brother on brother story is good.
It's I don't know, man. It's a good feud. See two brothers against each other.
Well, I mean, let's just jump into that one then. That's going to be insane.
You got his, I think they've even asked their father, Rikishi, who he sides with. And he's like, man, it's a hard one, but.
I think he sided with Jay.
He sided with Jay.
Yeah.
So.
I think it probably is better for Jay. It just doesn't make sense to do it for Jimmy. Like, it doesn't really do anything for Jimmy.
Yeah.
As like a heel, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Jay seems like he's trying to break out into that solo scene, like by himself, right? It's like a solo.
It's hard to see him as a solo though, because like I said, he's always been tagged.
Yeah.
But I mean, he has a potential.
It's almost been a year.
Yeah.
That he's been doing
sure
it. SummerSlam was it SummerSlam?
So I mean, he needed something like that because I mean, like I said, I really think he does have the potential though to be just independently on his own.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And then at one point I know that he was following where his wife was because of course he went to stay with her, so they would actually be on the same show. Naomi.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
for some reason I thought she was married to Jimmy.
Oh no, it is Jimmy.
Is it Jimmy?
Yeah, that's right. So it's the other way around then. So I know that they went to stay together.
You might
on the
be right.
show.
I don't freaking know.
I know it's one of them, bro.
But no, yeah. So I mean, we can just talk about that one, Jimmy versus Jay.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good match, man. Personally, I give it to Jay. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Jimmy. If Jimmy pulled it out, it'd be because Solo popped up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I give it to Jay on that one. I mean, some of the maneuvers that Jay does are probably a lot more better than what Jimmy can do. To tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because I feel like Jimmy's a little overweight. I feel like Jimmy's a little bit chubbier than Jay.
He's still got a sweater on. I can't tell. Jay
on this one, how's he gonna win? I don't know how he's gonna win, but I just want to say Jay on this one, man. But
what do you think? What do you think is gonna happen in the aftermath? You think they're still gonna be beefing?
I think they'll be beefing for a good while.
Gotcha.
I mean, probably maybe after SummerSlam.
See, they're gonna milk it for a little bit. Okay.
And then like I said, after that, you're probably gonna see this whole. I love you. I miss you, brother. I need my brother.
I predicted that they would side together after this, but I mean, it doesn't make sense to end a potential story feud like that. I think it makes sense to probably just draw it out a little bit.
Just keep milking it out. Yeah. Because like I said, I mean, there's nothing else you could do with them. Man. There's too many, right now, there's too many tag teams forming, I think.
None of them are convincing to me.
Yeah, none of them are convincing. Don't get me wrong.
So let's just jump into the six pack then. These are great segues, man. The most natural segues possible.
But honestly, like I said, with the tag matches coming in, man, I was looking really
this
forward.
This match is gonna be insane,
bro. It's gonna be insane. I was really looking forward to seeing the Hardy Boys, bro.
mystery guest.
I wanted to see the Hardy Boys, bro.
Those
I was
broken old men. They ain't about to do nothing.
I don't know, man.
Every time I see Jeff and Matt get in the AEW ring, just watching them bend over like me, like with the hurt back, I'm like, these boys. They in there with young men, like they just move different than the young guys.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
true, man. But I mean,
they bending over like Randy Orton, like straight back, like a door hinge, like straight up and down, like an ostrich.
Like, hold on, I can't move. Got a cramp.
Nah. So we have Judgment Day. We have The New Day. We have Awesome Truth, DIY. We have Grace in Theory, and then who's the other one? Oh, New Catch Republic. Yeah. Okay. Why I thought I already put that in there. What the heck?
Yeah. I think I just saw that they just qualified this. Like, I think on Friday. I think they qualified Friday.
Okay.
I want to say.
Oh, they did. Yes, they did. I want Grayson in Theory to take it, man.
Okay, that's interesting. And why is that?
Because they're menaces. I love menacing heels.
You are a heel person.
I love the menacing heels. They are hilarious. They clown everybody. I think I like it because it's more believable. Like, I don't feel like that they're being like a heel you have to be you have to command a presence to be someone like Roman Reigns. or The Rock or any other heel that's been in the past. You know what I mean? You have to be a pretty strong character. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very few people can really rock that for a long time. And so when you have heels that are kind of like light bullies, not like, really trying to bully somebody, but I mean like giving people a hard time and like being goofy with it, it's believable. It's not like they're trying to pretend to be something that they're not. And it's kind of just funny to watch because it's just like, seeing two guys like just messing around with each other, like giving each other a hard time.
So like if the Miz and R-Truth won.
You think they'll win? Is that who your pick is?
I would love to see that.
Gotcha.
That would be an awesome time. It's New Days. I was a great friend of theirs. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's their time yet.
Nah. I will say that when the New Day had their beef with Imperium,
oh yeah,
for the couple weeks,
that time was awesome.
Was insane.
That was
like
awesome.
When they were going into the crowd, like throwing people off like sound equipment and stuff like that. Like I was like, dude, what the heck is going on here? Mm-hmm. Like when did that happen? But yeah, no, like when they were beefing with each other, I thought that was a pretty cool feud.
Yeah, that was a good time.
That kind of lit a fire with New Day for me. I was like, no, I think I like them because they were putting out. But no, I agree with you. I don't think that's gonna. And I
think the reason I'm pulling for the Miz and R-Truth on that is it's because the whole R-Truth trying to be a part of Judgment Day kind of thing would be like, oh hey,
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
I think it would make sense. But of course, as much as it'd be cool to see Judgment Day hold on to the belts, I highly doubt that. With my feelings of Priest cashing in, yeah, I can't see Priest being two
champions.
Yeah, I can't see him. There's only very few people who can actually do that.
Who else did that?
I think The Rock did it. The Rock did it with Mick Foley.
So who do you think is gonna win
the tag match?
Yeah,
I'm gonna pull for Truth and Miz.
That's who you want. That's who you think is gonna win. That's
who my definitely is gonna be.
Okay,
I'm gonna stick with that.
I don't think anyone's gonna be Judgment Day, but I would like to see Grayson in theory win it. I think it would be interesting for them, at least to kind of give for me. I'm thinking like build them a push, get them some recognition, and then maybe have them beef later. You know what I mean? Go back to
they have to do something with Grayson somehow. I mean, especially with the just the fan base that he has now. I mean, honestly, after the last pay-per-view,
dude, he was drunk.
Dude, it was just
he was drunk in Perth. Before he even came out, like he was drunk. Like his eyes were glazed. He was drunk.
Yeah, he was.
And then when he had the boot, like when he was up there talking, he was slurring hard. And I was like, that was not your first drink of the night, bud. You were back there with your buds. All your friends from back home, and you brought all of them backstage, and y'all were partying.
And then after that, I think at the end, he had a shoey. He had a shoey with mommy.
I don't care what you say, dude. Grayson and Austin Theory, the Grayson Theory, they are hilarious.
Yeah.
Like whenever in Perth, whenever he was trying to imitate The Rock, and he was like, "If you smell," and like as he was like throwing him into the billboard, he still was going, "Ah." Like they are so hilarious, dude. They are so funny.
I love the way Grayson
so
just stepped back. He just let him get the beat down and everything. He just stepped back like.
And then he calls him out the next week, like you let it happen. He's like, no, I didn't.
That was not me.
No, I like him a lot. But yeah, so you have Awesome Truth. I have Judgment Day, but I would very much like Grayson and Theory to win.
I mean, that'd be great. I mean, someone other than Judgment Day, but once again, it's also hard to see somebody take out Judgment Day because I mean they're so strong, dude. It's just like,
I think that's why also Finn Balor has lasted so long because he's been in this tag division for so long, and not a lot of the workload comes on him, which is why he's like mid-40s and still is like running around.
I want him to bring back the Demon, bro.
That's what me and Frank were talking about. Like,
give me Demon back, bro. I hate to say that, man. It's like he just
because that match last year with Edge. And that match was insane. That match was insane.
It's just something by him when he puts that makeup on, bro. It's just he's just like I guess just like any other wrestler, you put your other character on and you're like
you cease to exist.
Turn into somebody different. Like, I want that person. That's just like The Rock too. I mean, he's like, okay,
he is such a good heel right now.
He's doing a good job at it right now.
Like, like I literally am
just like I was telling you about
freaking hate you.
The documentary on Bray Wyatt, man. Same way, man. Regular Bray, everybody loved, but man, he put on
They do a good job going into all that stuff.
Yeah, bro.
It's 2 hours long. It's pretty lengthy.
It's long, bro, but still, you got to see it.
No, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, man, you just see the different characters he had, and it just came out. I was like, dude, I want that.
I have to watch it with Judah because Judah, he's the 2-year-old.
Okay.
He listened to the Bray Wyatt song, like the theme song, and he always requests Bray Wyatt, and so he's always asking me like, where's Bray Wyatt? And I'm like, he doesn't wrestle anymore.
That's a hard one.
Yeah. I was like, he's with Jesus, man. Like, I don't even know how to explain it to him. Even Ezra was asking. He'll understand if I say it, but I was like, oh no, he doesn't wrestle.
Yeah, I mean, it's like some of the don't get me wrong, some of the faces of Bray, some of them are kind of scary. I ain't gonna lie to you, but he kind of broke it down in the documentary. Though. I was really surprised on how he said he came about some of them. Like, so I'm not trying to mess it up for you.
So I don't know a lot about his different characters, but they remind me of like the Rob Zombie movies. Of like the weird family in the country that is like that'll like hijack you like if you're passing through town and kill you. Yeah, but that like everyone wearing like crazy.
I don't want to mess it up for you because you haven't seen it though. That's what I'm saying. But it's like some of the stuff you're like, oh wow, I did not see that. It's like I will say this though, like because this was like the one that was really popular for me, and you'll be like, well, yeah, the people he kind of gave credit to. One of the main person was Stephen King.
Yeah, I can see that.
And he was like, yeah, when kids were getting read, these Dr. Seuss, my mom was reading me Stephen King.
Yeah,
I was like. Man, I couldn't stop to think that, but I was like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because some of the stuff's like, it's like at the mind of Stephen King or something.
Yeah. No, I can see that. He definitely was. Yeah, you can definitely tell there's definitely some horror introduced to him.
Yeah, man, like I said, some of the characters, like that's just me, like when some of these people, some of these wrestlers, it's like this totally different person,
I feel like very few people can pull it off. Like Bray Wyatt was probably one. I didn't see him, so I can't really say. But Undertaker did it.
Yeah.
Very few wrestlers can pull off like this alter ego.
I think you got Undertaker, Finn Balor, like I said, with the Demon.
Yeah.
Sting was a good one.
I bet it's also a lot harder to do now with social media. Like back then, I remember Undertaker hearing on an interview where this is before Facebook and all this stuff, where he was saying that he was scared to go out to grocery stores and people see him because everyone knew who he was, right? Yeah. We're talking like Attitude Era. And he was saying like he was scared to go out and have people see him who he really was. So he said that he would like wear a lot of like hoodies, sunglasses, and really try to disguise himself because he didn't want people to see him because he was like a regular ass dude.
Yeah.
And so he was like scared to like break that image of who he was because he wanted people when they saw him on TV that this is who he was. Like he was in character. Like he wanted you to think that this is who he was at his house. Like he's just lighting candles, like no electricity and like. But it's so I imagine it's very hard to market yourself as this alter ego, right? Because then it's like, who the heck is this weird guy? Like I get it, you're on stage, but it's like people have this knowledge, like, yeah, this person obviously is not like that. And then when you see it, it kind of disrupts the image. And so I imagine like it's really hard to probably maintain that unless you live that way on social media.
And some people can put it off good, put it off good. Like I say, once again, going back to the documentary, watching Bray Wyatt, you'll watch it too. He talks about that exactly what we're talking about right now.
Really?
Because he said, people were expect to see this crazy person.
He's just like a regular ass dude.
He's just a regular person. And it's funny, it's crazy because his wife was like, yeah, he'd be there for the last person. And he'd sit there and, because he's like, you guys made me, the fans.
Yeah.
There's very few wrestlers who actually feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Some of them can be total,
Yeah.
But others will be like.
It's surprising how much energy and effort it takes to do that. Because I'm sure that wears on you, right? Everyone's human. You know what I mean? Like you're tired. Exactly. Everyone's going like, dude, I'm just trying to go back to my hotel.
Just like being a dad, you know what I'm saying? We go to work. We're like, hey, yo, tired. Play with me, Dad. Play with me.
Okay.
Tired.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like I said, I would love to see, like I said, that Demon Finn Balor come back because I think
maybe he will.
That'd be great for WWE. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. That's what Frank was saying. Yeah, you and Frank share the same opinion. He was saying like he likes the alter egos. He likes the masks. He likes the paint. Like it's all about becoming something in your head and transposing that outward to people for people
because it makes you think what's next, what's going to happen.
Yeah, because you don't know. It's not a human. This is someone else.
Exactly.
Yeah, I gotta watch it.
So we had that.
So you got Awesome Truth.
I got Miz and Truth. That's what I'm going with. Sticking with my guns.
All right, dog. Let's see. All right, well, let's talk about the new edition, the new match that's coming out. Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee versus Dirty Dom and Fantaz. I can't do it, man. Legado del Fant. I can't. You know.
I can't do it either.
Santos Escobar.
I'm not even going to try.
Santos Escobar.
Man, that's going to be a great match.
I like every single wrestler on there. Like every single one is talented. Dirty Dom is definitely the weakest link there. But,
yeah, of course.
But so I watched. So one thing popped up on my YouTube reels or shorts, and it was like showing like it was what was the name of the. So this is back in WCW when Rey Mysterio was beefing with. He had the long hair and had the horns and the mask. He was a lucha dude as well. I want to say it was black and white like costume. I can't remember his name.
That was. I'm trying to remember his name too. I want to say Psychosis.
Psychosis. Yep, that's what it was. Yep, Psychosis. Stark comparison between father and son there.
I think, like I said, the reason you can't really compare Dom and Rey Mysterio is because their style is lucha, but it's totally different style lucha.
Not only that, but you got to understand, Rey, he grinded his butt off to get to where he was. He had to put out. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's like the you know.
Well, I mean, Rey started fighting when he was like 12, 13.
I would say like he was like, I think he was before a teenager. Yeah,
because I remember seeing a documentary on him as well, talking about how he couldn't get his license because he was underage to be a wrestler. So he had to go and wrestle with a manager or someone, which was Conan. Conan was
Conan his manager?
Conan was the person
I didn't know that.
Who would take him in and pretty much get him to wrestle.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, I'm thinking like he had to grind. You know what I mean? To get his face in the business, like hard. And Dom, he was kind of born into it. Like Rey's drive to make it in wrestling was probably much higher than Dom's because he had to prove himself. Like Dom didn't have to prove himself like Rey. Mm-hmm. Dom was put in the spotlight. When you look at someone who's like built like an empire, like a business empire, like that kind of person that has to do that that, and then compared to like, all right, I'm passing this lineage on down to you, to my son. The son has no idea what drive that his dad had to get here. Now he's just like, well, what can I do to manage it or manage this?
The Tommy Boy effect.
But yeah. So Dragon Lee, Rey Mysterio, Dirty Dom, and Santos Escobar.
I would love to see Rey and then pull it off, but you already know what's going to happen, man.
Dirty Dom?
Dirty Dom. Yeah. He's going to choose a way to get in there, you know.
Yeah,
something's going to be crazy where he's going to be like that. Like, he's going to be like, he's probably going to end up pinning Rey Mysterio. And then that's going to lead up to some more. Let's milk this for what it is. And like I said earlier, you know, I have a weird feeling Dom will get the torch passed on to him sometime this year.
This year?
I think so. You know,
They're already starting to divide on Raw with him and Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Because he had Santos came into the clubhouse and like everyone was like, what are you doing?
And the reason I say that too is because I see, like I said, Rey's getting a little bit older. I mean, I think he has maybe a few more matches in him, probably. I mean, it's catching up.
He's 50, right?
And of course, he's bringing in new members into the LWO too. I can see him as probably the mentor of LWO. You know,
like a manager
style. I would love
definitely
to see
Dirty
him
Dom,
but it's gonna be Dom.
Legado del Fantasma. That's what it is. Legado del Fantasma. It's Legend of the Ghost, right? Or something.
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna be a dirty victory right there. Io Sky Bailey for the women's championship. Who you got?
I got Bailey.
You got Bailey. That's what I said. Frank said Io Sky. I don't see why. Did you listen to the episode?
No, I have not.
So first he said there's going to be a disqualification, that they were just going to have a disqualification. Nobody was going to, well, I mean, Io Sky would win via disqualification because, you know, the championship was like, you have to pin the champion. There's no count outs. There's no, like, you have to pin the champion. And because of that, it's the chances of her just having a disqualification, just disqualifying a match, she'll just retain the title. I was like, why would they do that at WrestleMania?
I mean, honestly,
other than to just infuriate you to hate Io Sky even more. But like,
if they would do that, to be honest with you, it'd be like a huge insult.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it'd be such a cop out.
Period.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good enough that they've already like pretty much put her to the side on most of everything in this.
Bro, if you're not Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Rock, or Drew McIntyre,
why aren't you pushing her? But yet you're pushing other people. But you're talking about this.
They have too many superstars, man.
But still, I mean, like,
it's not enough TV time.
That's true.
Like you only get what, like 5 matches? Like back then in Monday Night Wars, like you had 3-hour shows.
Yeah.
You had like 7-8 matches.
But still, like I said, they're not putting in. Like I mean, like they made it's to me. It's like, oh, I'm Bailey. I put in all this work for what?
I agree with you.
You know?
I just feel like they don't have enough time to showcase everybody, and then they probably
keep adding more talent.
Like Cargill, like
I don't even want to talk about that because I'm kind of upset about that.
Her coming in?
No, I'm glad she's back. Don't get me wrong. I just don't like where they're taking the story right now. Just like what would just happen on SmackDown.
Just them versus Kabuki Warriors.
Like honestly, it looked like they tried to do a serial brand of Bobby Lashley and what's it called, the Street Profits. Don't get me wrong. That's the way I felt, bro. Like they just made the female version of these guys, and then you got three women who are title contenders. Do you really think they can be best of friends?
Well, no. So I think that's probably what they'll do. They'll probably have them tag, right? You know, as a faction, stable. And then they'll create a divide, which will be epic, right?
That could be.
That's what they'll do. I see it. They're not gonna. Someone like Bianca and Jade. I don't know too much about Naomi, but those two superstars alone are, like you said,
that should
top tier.
They should be tag team right there.
That's what I'm saying. Like I would like to see that, like a tag team. Like give them a break. Have Bianca mentor Jade. I mean, even though Jade is an experienced wrestler, but there's obviously a different program from AEW to WWE. Mm-hmm. Like obviously, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like WWE is a little more organized. This don't. This
is a story. It's what we're going
and they don't do like. I feel like they're more concerned about wrestler safety than probably AEW is. I guarantee you that WWE drills perfection much more than AEW. You know what I mean?
I'm already laughing, man, because I'm just throwing it out. I'm going off again. I just finished hearing the Mox book.
Mox has a book?
His book.
John Moxley?
John Moxley, his book.
Is it him just going...
So no, he talks about some of the stuff with WWE and AEW. He talks about that one match that he had where Pyro was supposed to go off, and it was just...
For WWE?
No, AEW. There was like some type of match that was supposed to happen. It was like some kind of Japanese barbed wire, some fire match, whatever. So,
like the ropes were barbed wire explosions?
And it's like, at the end, if nothing happens, blows a big old explosion.
That's insane.
And he said, at the end, nothing. Apparently that fans were booing.
They're trying to do too much.
So I was like, that's why I was laughing when you said that. I was like, yeah, totally unorganized.
Well, I mean, like you think about it, like they're just trying to do the most craziest stuff possible. Like I get it. I mean, mad respect, right? Like you're getting a different product. Like when you're watching AEW, you're getting crazy stuff.
Yeah.
It's about as close to ECW or independent scene that you're going to get in the mainstream section. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like it's about as close as you get. WWE is like freaking Broadway. You know what I mean? Like they're on a different level. They're not messing around with that. They got all the promotion. They got all the production. They have all the lights. They got all the, you know what I mean? Like they don't have to do that. They know exactly what they're doing. They got a refined product. I think Jade will be under Bianca's wing, like kind of showing her. And I think that's what they're doing with Grayson in Theory, right? Yeah. Like Theory's kind of being Grayson's like mentor. Like this is how it's done. Cause like Grayson didn't have much experience prior to this. You know what I mean? Like he was doing a talk show.
And I think that's the one thing, like I said, with WWE too. Like I said, most of the older talent starts bringing in the younger people. Let me show you how it's done. And this is how
they're really good about that. Yeah. And I think that's a part of like, if I'm being hired on AEW as talent, I don't think I'm going to HR orientation. You know what I mean? Like get the hell out there and do some crazy stuff. Like I guarantee you, like if you're going into WWE as a wrestler, I guarantee you they're putting you through like a HR orientation.
Right.
And like we have a mentor program. I guarantee you they do all that. Yeah. Like they have to do all that. I guarantee you, dude. I'm talking like multi-billion-dollar company. You know they got orientation, HR department. Like they got all of that, bro. Like this isn't 1990s WWF. Like this is like this is cream of the crop.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's what they do.
I can see that now. Yeah. I totally understand you now.
I think Jade's going to be under Bianca. They're really going to build a story. And I think they'll probably have them beef next year versus WrestleMania. I think that could easily be a long draw. Easy. They'll probably take tag team gold for a little bit.
Get them tag in. It'll be tag match.
Absolutely.
Get them be, women's tag champs.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, of course, bam, let's hit them with the, I'm better. I'm stronger.
It's going to happen. So Io Sky Bailey, we were talking about all these contenders.
Yeah, I personally think, like I said, Bailey's gonna pull this out. As much as my original theory is not gonna happen, but my original theory was, oh yeah, Bailey's gonna come out here, she's gonna start getting beat up, and I was like, on the back of my head, I was like, oh, Sasha Banks returns. But that's not gonna happen.
She just cuts contract
She just cut her contract. She just got money. She got bank.
I don't know.
Yeah, unless they have somebody else who's surprising to come help Bailey.
So I don't know a lot about Bailey. And I think since I got into it last year, like seriously watching it, 2 times a week with SmackDown and Raw, I don't think I've had a lot of opportunity to see Bailey on the independent scene and like have like whole clean matches. Like you've probably watched it because you've been watching it for years, right? So you know exactly how good she is, what she's capable of doing. I don't. Like she's always like having people interfere for her, like when she was heel or she was in some sort of like group tag. So I've only seen her with the assistants. Like I haven't seen her as a solo contender, right? Yeah. And even the closest thing I got was Royal Rumble, and you have tons of other people. Yeah. So she's not really having the spotlight.
I mean, she's had the belt before. She's had it before where she was this whole come out with Macho Man looking stuff. Like,
did she really do all that?
Yeah, she used to have these little like
tassel things
that come on the side of her. Her entrance was these Bailey buddies. I remember last episode we talked about them. I told you about Bailey buddies, those little inflatable things that go back and forth. Yeah, so she'd come out and they're like,
oh my goodness. So you got Bailey.
I got Bailey.
Okay. The odds are against Bailey. And Io Sky she has all the advantages. She could have literally disqualification, like you said, or
trash can bomb
from the turnbuckle. And that's what I was saying. Like, is it regular rules? Is it like no disqualification rules? That would make it interesting because then now you can. I would like Bailey to win. I want to see turnovers, but I think Io Sky is probably going to retain. All right, you got Gunther and Sami Zayn. Intercontinental.
Do you want me to tell you what I really think is going to happen on this one?
Yeah.
I told someone.
What this is all about.
I told somebody what I figured would happen. So, of course, Gunther's going to win this one. Okay. I mean, it's going to be a good match. Don't get me wrong. So I can see Sami Zayn giving him a run for his money and everything.
Yes.
Gunther pulls out, and he pulls the victory. And then next thing you hear, Brock Lesnar.
You think Brock Lesnar's coming back?
I think Brock Lesnar's going to come back and challenge him to SummerSlam.
I know that was what they wanted for WrestleMania.
And like I said, it didn't happen because of the whole pulling Brock from the roster.
What was he guilty of or
suspected? It was the whole McMahon thing that's going on.
And he was involved in that?
He was involved in it somehow, some way. So they pulled his name and I think just recently they put him back on the roster.
Really? Mm-hmm. Maybe it's bound to happen.
So I personally feel that he's going to end up coming out and you're going to make room for some beef to SummerSlam. Honestly. And we're going to see the match that we want to see.
That would be an insane match. That's insane because I like Gunther.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's the real deal.
And honestly, some of his interviews, Gunther's been actually literally like itching at it. Like, yeah, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, no, he talks about it. Yeah, he's like, that's the dream match I want.
I personally think I think WWE's going to pull the plug and let's do this.
That'd be cool. I don't think Sami Zayn's going to win. I'm not even really happy with the Sami Zayn winning that gauntlet thing, to be honest with you.
You were a Chad Gable guy.
Not even Chad Gable. I like Chad Gable. If anybody in the locker room is probably one of the most dangerous people, I put Chad Gable top 5 most dangerous people in that locker room. You see his ears. You got cauliflower. If you see him with a cauliflower, you know
something's up.
At the bare minimum, he's tough. I'm not saying he's good, but he's taking some beatings. So if you're going to fight him, you're probably not going to KO him. He's taking some beatings. He'll survive a fight. He may not win, but he's going to be a tough son of a bitch. But yeah, no, like cauliflower ear, he's probably one of the toughest guys. And with a wrestling background, legit wrestling background, I guarantee he's one of the most dangerous people back there. He could ankle lock probably anybody back there. I believe so.
Oh yeah, I could probably see that.
But I don't. Yeah, no, I'm not really excited. I think it'll be a good match. I just don't like Sami Zayn's character. I don't like.
Yeah, I don't see him putting a belt on Zayn right now.
They got to do something with them.
Be the person you put a hardcore championship on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like just a goofy, like, oh, I'll do it. Like, I'll do whatever. Just takes a beating, but somehow just gets it together last moment for a crazy, like, oh my God.
All right. Hope you're listening to WWE right now. Bring back the hardcore championship.
You got to bring it back. But like I said, HR, like, no, can't do that.
Can't show blood.
Can't show blood. Well.
As of lately.
That was so intense. I want to show Ezra that. Gunther, I think Gunther will win. And I really like Gunther.
Yeah.
I think him, CM Punk, and McIntyre. I just see them in the future, next couple months. Just kind of
Well, that's if McIntyre signs his contract. He still has not signed a contract, bro.
Maybe publicly. I think that's the only reason why they haven't released that information. Because if they release that information, like, oh, he's winning the title.
I'll give you my theory in a bit.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to jump into that match, we can jump into it.
No, we got a
Right.
couple. But
others. Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. Gunther's gonna win. You're gonna hear the Beast
That'd be cool.
come out. They're gonna have face to face, just like they did at the Rumble that one year.
Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch, Women's World Champion.
Mommy,
I feel like that can go either way.
this is a good match. It can go either way. I mean, Becky's a great fighter.
She puts out.
She'll give you 110%, 120%. I mean, so will Rhea. I mean, Rhea will come out and man, I'm gonna pull with Rhea.
Yeah. I think Rhea is so crazy because she's so young, and I feel like she's so talented as a wrestler. Mm-hmm. I feel like she could be better on the mic, but that takes time. As a wrestler, as a performer, she sells when she's hurt.
Oh,
like
yeah.
her facial expressions are so intense, and I feel like the makeup also probably sells that too. Like she really feel like she's going through agony out there. Like she's really good at selling.
She has this character pat down who she is, and
she's incredibly athletic.
She could be
strong. Like
she could be a villain. She could be your hero. She could be your
she's like the 90s heel.
Everything is like, and everybody don't care. People, fans don't care. They just like Rhea Ripley.
That was like the original plan for Stone Cold. He was supposed to be a heel. Like you weren't supposed to like him, but everybody was like, "Who the hell is this guy?"
What?
Yeah. It's the same thing with Rhea Ripley. She's so over.
The reason I also say Becky's not going to win this one is because she's also on this whole book journey.
Yeah, I think she's looking at second phase of this not that she's like her second phase.
Yeah,
of
not
life,
to say that she's she's gonna leave wrestling or anything, but it's just she's on that, and we all know how it is for most wrestlers. When you start seeing movies, you start seeing books, it's like, okay, you're gonna start seeing a little bit of them out.
Yeah, because they're thinking about the next phase of my career, right? Because you can't do this until you're 60.
She's been wrestling for a good minute too. So.
Oh yeah. I listened to an interview with her whenever she was talking about whenever the British Strong Style came to Ireland and Finn Balor opened up a school, like a wrestling school in Ireland.
Okay.
And he was only 20 years old when he did it.
Wow.
Yeah, so he started a school at 20 years old. And Becky was talking about, oh, I've got to go. I got to go to Finn Balor's school. And she was there like when Finn Balor was like 20 years old, and then he turned 21, and they had like a huge like week-long training camp. And he showed up and he was like hungover, but like was still out there like, typical Irish person.
I mean,
just like,
Finn Balor has that effect on a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
but can you imagine like what kind of presence he commanded? Like at 20 years old, just like had just like people.
Well, it's just like I don't know if you. I know I sent you the interview with Diego.
Yeah.
Shouts out to my boy Double DLC. He was, in the interview, he's talking about how, he went to Monday Night Raw. He was on the first couple rows and he saw Finn Balor walk by, and he was like, "Man, he's my height.
He's
my
not.
size.
Yeah, he's not a big guy.
If he could do it, why can't I?" And
yeah.
Now you see him. Now you see the boy Diego out here doing his thing, and So like I say, I guess Finn's one of those people that hey,
he's a freak of nature, dude. He's like 45 and he looks like 0% body fat. Like he is a freaking he's not human.
You wonder how he does some of those moves too.
I think that him being in the tag scene, giving him a break, he's able to do this for a lot longer.
Rhea Ripley, 100% gonna win this one.
It'll be a good match.
Because what I would like to see though is, man, I don't know if it'll happen or not, but I would love to see her win and then to see the Queen show up.
The Queen,
Charlotte Flair.
But she ain't gonna. I mean, I don't think she's gonna wrestle until at least end of the year. She has that.
She's still in that. That's why I'm saying I would love to see that.
I'm sure she'll come. I'm sure she'll make an appearance.
But I mean, I don't see any other wrestlers, any female wrestlers out there that probably want to step up to her. Other than
Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
Unless you want to get squashed.
Yeah.
She's got to be the best. She's got to be the best women's wrestler right now. I feel like the only people who can contend with her, like if you're looking at like a story standpoint, is probably Bianca, or I'm not even gonna say Jade because she's not like there. I think like her character as like a potentially yes, but I don't think, because I imagine you have to go through like a ringer whenever you're there.
Yeah,
like she's definitely like obviously like athletic and has the ability to do so, but I don't think her character as Jade Cargill is like there to do it. I'm sure she could wrestle with Rhea Ripley any day. Yeah, she still has to
work on some stuff. Like I said, Jade has a lot of stuff to work on. Like I said, just when I watched her on was it SmackDown?
Mm-hmm. Even in some of the spots, like whenever, like it almost seems kind of like she's what's the word? What do they call that word?
I mean, her entrance is amazing, bro.
Oh yeah.
That
The entrance is cool.
amazing.
She's like steps out in that little laser. It's like, yeah.
And then you see like the
The
whole
snow
shape
globe.
of her shape of her arms and everything. I'm like, good Lord.
Telegraph.
Okay.
Like she telegraphs her stuff like way early. Like she'll have someone like running to her and she's already getting down to like
I
to do
noticed that.
something. Like she's
I've already
way
noticed
early.
that.
She's way early.
Like you already know what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
She's a power bomber.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's gonna sit down power bomb.
and I think that that's what they're working on. You know what I mean? Like the talent's there. She can pick. We watched her picked up Nia Jax.
Yeah.
Like there's no doubt that the string's there. We just got to like kind of like refine the thing. And I'm talking like I can do all this, but but like it's stuff that you know that you notice when you watch it. And I think that she has great potential. Like she's gonna be like they're gonna strap a rocket to her and she's gonna go to the moon.
Oh yeah, she'll be a champion somewhere. You know.
I feel like for years. She could
Probably not
possibly
this
be
year.
the one to dethrone Rhea Ripley and have Rhea Ripley like carry it for like another year or so.
Let her be the next Royal Rumble winner.
Maybe.
I see that.
I see like a good year of like refinement and like mentorship, and she'll be like good to go.
Yeah.
I don't even know what we were talking about. Yeah, Ricky, Becky and Rhea.
Becky and Rhea.
Ricky. Yeah, no, she's a monster. All of them, and I'm really excited to see a lot of the talent. I know it sucks for Bayley, but if you're looking at a strong women's division, which WWE has, it makes competition. Like you better put out. It's going to make for better matches for sure. You know what I mean? Because before there wasn't a really strong women's division.
I mean, even up in NXT, some of the women's division is pretty good, man.
Stratton, Tiffany,
Tiffy time,
dude. She's a freaking nation too.
Did she just get promoted though?
She's on SmackDown.
She's on SmackDown.
Dude,
now.
she's talented.
Yeah.
I never seen her wrestler, but when I watched her at Royal Rumble, I was like, who in the hell is this, dude?
Yeah.
I knew who she was because I seen clips, but like never seen her
she
wrestle.
was in gymnastics. She was in gymnastics.
That's got to be a prerequisite, dude.
So she's
Because that's all it is. Like it's like a play. Like it's you know what I mean. It's like
And I'm
stage
not gonna lie,
combat.
I'm not saying this because I followed her since she was over here in Reality Wrestling.
She's at Reality too.
No, I'm enjoying Roxanne Perez.
Roxanne Perez, who is that?
She's gone from this whole nice girl to this whole heel thing now, where it's like awesome, bro. Like I'm enjoying it.
Oh yeah, she's the other. Oh no, never mind.
But like I said, I followed her back in the days when she was over here at Reality Wrestling.
I need to go to some of the
too.
shows, man.
And this is not a plug, but hey, if you are in Santa Fe, Texas, you gotta check out Riot Wrestling in June.
Is it June? They're coming in June.
June 9th.
So yeah, we got one more match to talk about before we start getting to the main events.
All
and
right.
I'm really looking forward to this one, only because it's taking me back to the Attitude Era.
What you got?
The Megastar and Styles. Tell me what you saw that on SmackDown, right?
Oh yeah.
Did you see the week prior?
Yeah.
I saw. You might have watched it. Wasn't that like
EDO?
like exactly like Pillman?
Yeah, it was.
in Austin
man.
with-
It was exactly just like that without the gun.
Yeah, the HR was like, yeah, no, the gun is off limits.
We tried it once, it did not work.
No, it worked, man. That was like
We got in
right before Attitude.
Okay, we
Era.
got in trouble for that one, but let's try to
Dude, they didn't
rewind
give a
it.
shit, dude. They didn't care, dude. They didn't care. Because I think they were still behind WCW at that point. They're like, we really got to push this envelope.
Yeah, that was hilarious, bro.
Dude.
That promo back in the day, man. I'll tell you some of the promos, bro. Actually, I mean, that's why
Insane.
that's why I'm loving WWE now, man. Because like
These promos are
they're
good.
bringing back these promos that are sick now, like just back in the day. I mean, like.
What do you think that is? It's not The Rock. Because I've been noticing it's been happening a little bit for like probably maybe about 4 months before The Rock.
I
came.
just think that the reason they had to do it is because there's going to be a lot of changes going on. Like I said, once again,
with TKO
with
being involved.
TKO getting involved, and then with just certain belts that are going to be changing hands. Personally,
Okay.
because I mean, you could do this stuff with certain characters. You could do it with. I know I'm jumping there early, but Cody Rhodes.
Right.
You couldn't do it with just Roman Reigns. With some of the people he fought, you couldn't just let's do a backstage brawl with so and so.
I just don't feel like there was anybody back there that could
Now you got
that
things
bore
like
weight.
that.
Like I feel like now
you
this
got-
roster is stacked.
Like, you got Logan Paul who can pull it off.
Yeah.
I don't know how far The Rock's going to take it, but we'll see how far The Rock's going to take it.
If he's just doing like this, backstage like stuff, he can do this for a long time and just do like, pay-per-view events. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If he wanted to. I don't know if he'll do it, but
I don't see it being a long time.
I could just see him being like a Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
like coming out and
I
just
was leaning towards more of a Vince McMahon kind of thing.
Yeah. Like the evil boss. The final boss. Which is it's kind of goofy to me.
It sounds like a video game.
It does.
The final boss.
I'm sure that's what he was probably going for, but LA Knight, AJ Styles. I see this being probably an opener as well. Like this could easily be an opener.
It probably is going to be one of those early matches, probably, because I don't see it being a long match.
You don't think so?
I don't think it's going to be a long match.
Are there rules? Is it just a standard?
I have not heard anything about that. I think it's going to be a regular match.
Okay. It's going to be good.
Unless they switch it out. We still got till Friday.
Yeah.
And they can easily switch it out.
LA Knight as that staff member next to the desk on Friday night.
Bro.
I was laughing so hard. And he was in the camera. I wasn't even looking at him. I was looking at AJ Styles.
I spotted him earlier.
Did you really?
Tonight.
Oh,
and
man.
I was just like, nah, I'm not seeing things. Cause,
how long do you think he was there? You think he was there that whole night?
He was there the whole night, bro. Like
that is freaking hilarious.
He was a security during the CM Punk promo. There's one part where Punk is right at the end of the
Punk
ramp.
at SmackDown? He was, wasn't it? Because it was Chicago.
So
yeah,
you see the security guard in the back, and the camera actually, if you got to pause it to see it, and it goes in such a speed where like if you got to go back and see it. There's a few people who've caught it and seen it. There's a few pictures on the net right now. Let me say, but yeah, I was like,
that's hilarious.
I knew I was not seeing things.
I had no idea. AJ Styles, I was looking at AJ, and I knew that they were doing something because AJ kept looking at the screen like he was trying to see like when to like say the next thing once it like moved. I thought he was waiting for him to come out from behind him, so I was like behind him, and I was like kept looking at him, and then like the person caught my eye in the peripheral, but I was like not really looking at him, and I was like, what is this goofball getting in the shot for? And I'm not really looking at him, and then when he like kind of turned a little bit, and I was like, who is this guy? I looked and I go, is that LA Knight?
Yeah.
With the weird, yeah. Dude, it was so hilarious, dude. He looked like a little like emo kid with the beard, and it looked like he almost dyed his beard. Did it look like he dyed his beard?
It did look like he died,
dark,
bro. It sure did. Yeah,
that's hilarious.
But even stuff like that, man, that's from back in the days. With certain things, it's like, okay, so WWE is like just like, okay, they're like, what worked? Let's do it because it worked.
Yeah,
it worked.
I talked about this with Frank. Well, here, let's. So you think I think LA Knight's gonna win?
Yeah, I think LA Knight's gonna win.
But I feel like AJ Styles could win too. I mean, I don't know. I think LA Knight will win because they have him like advertised for like special guests for like that Monday, like for VIP like meet and greet. So I don't. I think that I could be just reading too much into it. I feel like if they were gonna have him lose, I don't think that he would be there. Maybe they would. I'm not sure. I feel like it can go either way. I think it's gonna be a good match. Anyway, I can see because I think this is from what I think what I heard was AJ Styles. This might be his last year wrestling, so I think this might be like a good send off for him. Okay. And LA Knight's probably gonna give him like make him look good on probably his last pay-per-view match at WrestleMania.
Okay, because
they probably have longer term plans for LA Knight, so he's probably like whatever. I don't really care about it. So I think. That might be what's going on because LA Knight's an experienced wrestler.
Yeah,
that he's decades in the business.
Bro, he has some amazing promos, bro.
Yeah,
I was watching one the other day with the EC3.
EC3,
yeah. He's
you so deep in the game, man. I feel like I don't know anything.
He was doing like the night show, and of course he had. EC3 was next to him. He's like, he's asking all these questions. And he had one of those push buttons, and all you can hear is, "Yeah, dummy."
Oh yeah,
dummy. It's like, bro, that's priceless.
I think he dropped the dummy on a WWE promo once.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing that. I was like, oh my gosh, no, he did it.
I don't know why he can't use it. Yeah, I can see that match going anyway. I think it's gonna be probably. I'm excited for all these matches, honestly.
I mean, this WrestleMania is pretty good. I mean, for 40, they've stacked up some good matches. I think it goes back to what Triple H said on the day of the
conference.
So we're gonna do something that we've never done before, and like I said, ever since he said that,
it's
bro,
been banger after banger after banger after banger.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying it.
And so, I guess we'll kind of divert from this point because we've talked about all the matches other than the kind of like main eventers. I was talking with Frank about this, and I was saying I'm not sure because I started getting back into wrestling, and I told you why I got back into it last time we spoke. But Frank encouraged me to watch the newer stuff. I would say probably around June-ish.
Okay.
And it was probably, I want to say it might have been around Money in the Bank. Like Money in the Bank had just happened. And I just was like, okay, I'm going to start watching it from 2023 on, like January, and just catch up, right?
So what you really want to skip, and I hate to say it, was
well, no, I already watched it all.
Well, anything, because I mean, anything between where COVID started till then was bunk.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to go back and watch it, but
because like everything that was in the dome and all that stuff, most of it was bunk.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
Well, no, I think what I was feeling was that like even when I was first watching it, I wasn't really too enthused with like all of the current wrestlers, right? And I think I want to say because when you think of nostalgia, like you have this nostalgia is always glamorized, especially if you're referring to a time when you were a kid when things were just magical. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
And so you try to compare like what you're experiencing now to nostalgic memories, and you're like, it'll never compare, right? And so I feel like I was watching that with that nostalgia lens on and be like, this is not the same. This is not the same. But I think today, going into this WrestleMania, I feel like this is probably the most hype I've probably ever been about a pay-per-view event ever, even as a kid. And I don't know if that's because I'm getting more acclimated to the new talent that's here. Like I'm starting to I'm becoming more emotionally invested because I'm seeing them week after week after week. Or is the content just better? I can't differentiate what it is. Regardless of what it is, I'm like way into it right now and I like it, but I don't know which one it is.
I think it's the content.
You think it's the content?
I think it's the content because I'm enjoying it, bro. I'm like,
dude, it's unreal. I'm getting like I'll get goosebumps watching stuff. I'm like, I only watch that when I'm watching like epic movies and stuff.
I even go back to when I remember the incident of Vince McMahon's limousine blowing up. You ever seen that yet?
Was that Ruthless?
I think so, probably.
I think so. They used to do a lot of car crashing stuff back in the day.
I remember looking at it. Is this real?
Is this real? Is he really dead?
Real? I mean, I remember too because the internet blew up. I was like, it's not real. He's still alive. Don't worry.
Why would they air that too? Like
what the heck, yo? It's like now you're getting that feeling again. It's like, oh man.
Yeah, and it's weird because it's like, dude, does The Rock like really fucking hate Cody Rhodes? Like, does he? And obviously he doesn't, right? This is all like just really good, but like, he's like
doing a damn good job,
dude. He's just so good at selling it. I'm like, bro, is all that necessary? Like, okay. But I mean, that's what you're supposed to feel.
Exactly.
Like you're supposed to be like jacked up.
Yeah.
I was like, what is your freaking deal, bro? And they're doing such a good, like they're utilizing social media so well right now with like having like WWE will post like reels. Like what did they say? Like The Rock was yelling at the cameraman. He was like, fuck that camera. Fuck your cut. And he just kept hitting him. And I'm just going like, what is going on? Like, this is so insane.
You're like, is this for real?
Like, I know it's not real, but it's like, dude, like there's like everything that they're doing is so purposeful. Like, I feel like they're using every avenue of media so appropriately. Like they're really taking advantage of everything. I think, I'm not sure if that came down from TKO. They're like, look, you have social media. This is like your biggest weapon here. You got to start using it. Because now you don't have to cut into airtime. It's free.
Exactly.
It's free. People are going to plug in. They're going to watch it because they're already following you.
They're going to share it.
Yeah, they're going to share it. Like, you're getting free airtime. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I feel like they've been doing such a good job promoting everything. And it's just so crazy to me that we just live in this time where like data is just instant and like you think Raw's over and all of a sudden you got reels of things happening after Raw. Like you remember Extra Attitude?
Oh yeah.
Like we're getting that like on our devices. Like they don't even have to go into the next show. Like, okay, show's over. We know you're not going to watch
back in the day where
Modern
like,
Family.
Like Monday night. Next thing you know, Friday Night SmackDown. Next thing you're like, this is what happened after
Extra attitude. Yeah.
Like what? I missed that.
Yeah. And so like they're just doing such a good job. And The Rock is doing such a good job at being a heel. Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
I think I like him more than I probably ever liked him. I didn't even even when he was like the man, I like Triple H. Like I like Triple H more. I like Stone Cold more. But I recognize who The Rock was. Like I recognize he was a big deal. Like he's obviously the biggest. He was the face of WWE. But like I just loved like Stone Cold and Triple H more. I feel like this is the best Rock has ever been as a character. Like for me, like I'm actually like, dude, I love.
So would you
this.
say Hollywood paid off?
Like how are you talking about like him as an actor? Yeah, and it's also like put him like he's got to be the most famous person in the world.
Yeah,
if not, then certainly he's got to be top 5. Like there can't be any argument. If someone was like, name, who do you think the top 5 famous people are? Like I guarantee you, Dwayne Johnson is going to be in 80% of those lists. Has to be. I mean, the dude's getting recommendations to be a president. Yeah, I'm just saying. All I'm saying is like whatever they're doing, whether it's me getting acclimated to the new era, or they're just like executing everything to the highest caliber, and I'm just so into it. And I wish I could, I can't explain it to people who don't watch wrestling, because they're always thinking about like the corny things, and it's corny. I get it, but like. They're doing such a good job. Like, it's insane.
You gotta always go to the whole famous one. It's fake.
I know it's fake.
Okay.
Thank you. What? It's fake?
It's not fake.
I didn't know that. Golly.
Leave me alone.
Yeah. Okay. So, the first main event we'll do. The tag match is going to be the main event on night 1, right?
Night 1.
And then the Drew and
that's going to be on night 2.
But right before.
Right, probably right before either. Honestly, I think it's going to depend on how the tag match goes. Because I mean, you got to think about how hurt or how much pain Rollins' body's taking its toll.
You don't think they already have it planned out?
I mean, I think they do have it planned out, but I don't think it's going to be like right after the main event, to tell you the truth.
So do you think it might just be night 2 then, right before the big one?
The main reason being is because of the way I feel how it's going to play out.
Okay, so let's do this. In what order do you want to go to so we're hitting your narrative?
Let's go ahead and we could do the tag match first.
Okay.
And then we'll jump into Rollins and McIntyre from there.
Okay.
And then we can end with Cody and Roman on that. So, tag match. It's going to be a good one. I mean, you're going to get some new style wrestling mixed in with some of the old school wrestling. Of course, because you got The Rock. I don't see The Rock pulling any new fancy moves. I see a rock bottom or two. Maybe
he's been saving those.
People's elbow.
He's been hitting the spine buster. Yeah. He's been saving that rock bottom.
So, you're gonna see some of those probably. I'm gonna say that Rock and Roman are gonna win.
Has to be.
So you can have bloodline rules.
It'd make the best match. I would be disappointed if there was. I would be disappointed if there was no.
To say there was a clean match, yeah,
no.
There's no clean match with Roman Reigns. I hate to say it.
With this new Rock.
Yeah, I don't even know when the last time I seen a clean match with Roman Reigns, where there is no interfering.
I don't know.
Or
everything I've ever seen has always been an interference.
Either interference or he has people on his side.
Yeah.
I've never seen a one-on-one. I think the last time we probably seen a one-on-one was probably because there was interference between him and Drew, wasn't there?
But that's only because I'm listening to the stories. I never watched it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think and remember. Don't even remember. But I give it to Bloodline for Bloodline rules.
No, I feel like that's the only way it can happen. I would be disappointed if it didn't end that way. Only because I feel like it would just be more interesting. It's going to be more epic. Like if you had that match, if you really want Cody to go over, let him win by overcoming all those obstacles. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? Like that'll solidify. Like it will be undeniable at that point. Like not only did he beat you, Roman Reigns, but he beat everything he threw at you. But I guess it just depends on the degree of how much assistance Rhodes gets or whatever. We can talk about that in a minute.
I think that in the tag match, you are going to see some stuff, maybe, personally. Maybe some surprises. I mean,
I just had an idea that just popped in my head. But go ahead. All right,
but I mean, like I said, I think there'll probably be one major surprise if it's bloodline rules.
Well, let's wait before you get to night 2. So you have...
I have Roman and Rock winning.
Okay. And so do you think that these events play into Rollins and McIntyre?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so...
Yeah.
Well, okay. Let me... So I think I agree with you. I think The Rock and Roman Reigns will win that fight. I don't think that... It doesn't make sense from a viewer standpoint. From a viewer, you want to see some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And the only way to get that crazy stuff is to lose this match and have Roman lose.
And I personally think that's going to work that way too. So you can have the fans go like, what the heck? Why?
Well, I think everyone's expecting bloodline rules. I don't think that there's probably, at least as an adult, like I don't think an adult viewer is going, oh no, they're going to win. And then, unless you just think that.
I mean, more like the younger audience is going to be like, because you got people right now, the younger audiences are probably pulling for more Cody and Rollins.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas we, the older people who probably
know it's going to go down.
We already know, hey,
there's no other way to do this.
Sorry, no ands ever buts about it. That's how the story works.
So this just occurred to me just now. Although my prediction was the same before it occurred to me. I think that at some point, and you may already say this, I think that Rollins will betray Rhodes. So I don't know if that'll happen night 2, but this just popped in my head. You have Rock and Roman Reigns come out first, even though they'll probably come out second because he's the champion and stuff. But let's say situation they come out first.
Oh.
You have Cody Rhodes come out, and then you wait for Rollins to come out, but he don't show.
You just really made me think of something hardcore, and we'll figure out. I'll tell you in a bit. Man, that'd be crazy.
So he doesn't show up because he's like, no, I want to retain my title.
Uh-huh.
So he don't show up. So now Cody Rhodes has to fight both of them by himself. And he just gets destroyed. Just so he can have his match with Drew McIntyre. Or, if that match happens before, Drew McIntyre just absolutely eradicates Rollins. Well, and he cannot show up.
That's why I said there'd be surprises. I personally think that McIntyre will show up.
At the tag match?
At the tag match.
Ooh.
And I think he'll show up just to try
to... So go into that.
Just try to, let me see if I can... Maybe tweak a knee or tweak a something. And then, of course, you'll probably see at that point maybe Rollins and him fighting just backstage. And next thing you know, you got Cody by himself.
Okay.
Reigns and Rock.
Okay.
And
that means
and probably the rest of the bloodline.
So that means that Drew, not directly or directly, screwing over Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Okay. Which could make for a better story.
Mm-hmm.
Pay-per-views down the event. If he signs his contract that quote unquote may or may not be signed right now. Just for kayfabe purposes. I'm not sure. I'm not convinced. These people know what they're doing.
Oh yeah.
I definitely think I'm going to see a Rollins turn. I'm convinced. They keep, and the reason why I say that is because they keep referring the Shield, and they keep referring to him being the architect, the mastermind. I think he's got something up his sleeve, whether it's for selfish reasons or maybe he's just aligning himself with Reigns. Yeah, John Moxley comes from a helicopter, parachutes down. No, I'm just kidding.
Awesome,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
We both know that's not gonna happen.
No way. No way. We all both know that MJF is going to show up.
Trust me, man. Because at the end of the day, like I said, after hearing his autobiography, it's like I don't even know if I'll ever see him in WWE.
No, he probably left a bad taste in his mouth. So, it sounds like someone he was like, I'm never going back there.
I heard it. It was audiobook pretty much.
I've got to get. I wonder if it's on Audible.
Yeah,
I have a token to spend, so I'm gonna get that.
So
it's him.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, he jumps back and forth from WWE and AEW, which is like any other book, you know. But you're like, man, what? Yeah, it's interesting.
I'm gonna have to put on Audible. And but I definitely think Rollins is gonna turn.
I feel he is gonna turn, but it'll be on the second night.
Okay.
And I'll get into that. Into what I think will happen.
Okay, so we talked about the tag. With your narrative, does Rollins and McIntyre have that match on night 1 or night 2?
It's gonna be night 2, of course.
All right, so go ahead.
And
run us through your story.
And I think it's not gonna be until probably May. I think it's gonna be mid-card match.
Oh, you think it'll be in the middle of the night?
I don't think it'll be too early. Like I said, once again, because they're gonna give him rest. They're gonna have to give Rollins rest from everything that's gonna happen on night 1. It's gonna be a good match between Drew and Rollins, and then of course Drew's gonna win. He's gonna be celebrating. Everybody's gonna be like, "What?" Rollins gonna be on the floor, and you hear Judgment Day.
Dun 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 dun.
Damian Priest gonna cash in on Drew McIntyre, and Drew's gonna have the shortest reign as a champ.
No. You think they're gonna do it like that?
And I think you're gonna have a feud between Drew and
Damian Priest.
Damian Priest for a good while.
So you think he'll lose the title?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Drew's gonna be so pissed, dude.
Hints to, once again, when I say his contract is quote unquote not signed yet.
So behind the curtain, I can see why they would do that. It gives Drew his hurrah. I beat you, Seth. I got my title, and he can like you got it.
Yeah.
You have your pictures. You can celebrate, but then, as the show must go on after you leave because your contract's not forever, someone's got to pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yikes.
And it's Damian Priest. And again, it gives him time to talk to Drew. Hey, look, man, we can get you a good feud with him going on. You can get your belt back retained somehow, some way. Because I don't see Priest holding a belt too long.
Okay.
Because he's a part of the Judgment Day, of course.
Maybe he breaks out.
But then he'll, like I said, once again, he'll probably break out. But I see that happening. He's going to cash in on that match. I don't see him cashing in on Cody. I don't see him because that's too early for anything to happen to Cody.
And Damian Priest.
And it's Damian Priest. You know what I'm saying? So let's give him the other belt. And
yikes.
Like that one, don't you?
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. I don't know if it'll happen. That'd be cool. I feel bad for Drew. Of course, he already knows because they've already, I'm sure he already knows the narrative. But golly, that'd be so intense. I'd be so happy, honestly. I'd be like, finally, like we cashed it in.
Yeah, because I mean, you got another.
I just don't think they're gonna do it.
You got another Money in the Bank coming up in the next couple months, man.
I know.
You can't. He's held that case for.
So what if he goes out there? So I've never seen a Money in the Bank turned in. He goes out there. So the ceremony is what? He goes out there and hands the ref the Money in the Bank.
So basically, you can have Drew literally down on the ground in pain with the belt in his hand.
That's what Seth Rollins did years ago, right?
Yeah. All you got to do is run into it, give it to the ref. I'm cashing in.
Do they open it up?
No.
They just get in the briefcase and that's
They
it?
just ring the bell.
Gotcha.
And then,
so there's nothing in the briefcase for you to look at.
Whoever's announced is like, Damian Priest is now cashing in his Money in the Bank.
Okay.
Or he could even possibly you have Rollins and Drew both fighting, killing each other literally, and he could still cash it in, make it
in the middle of the
three-way.
match.
In the middle way, make it 3-way.
That'd be cool.
Which I think that would probably be better for him instead of cashing in on someone who's hurt.
Yeah.
Because you're like, dude.
Because I mean,
some people have done that. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, he's a heel.
Yeah.
But I still think you'll get bangers out of Priest with the title. It may not be at WrestleMania, but like it'll be at Fastlane.
Yeah.
It'll be at Money in the Bank. It'll be at SummerSlam. Like he's still gonna get some bangers.
Yeah.
And you might not hold it for a year, but he'll get some bangers. He'll get some recognition, and then he'll be on the main stage card.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when that match is gonna be. If it's gonna be first night, second night.
I think
Drew will win though. I do think Drew will win. I don't see Seth retaining. The only reason why I see Seth retaining is for behind the curtain reasons, just to give him his WrestleMania victory, and that's it. But for story wise, I don't see it going any other way because they've really been pushing Drew very hard.
Yeah,
like his social media presence is very apparent. He's getting lots of pushes, and him bantering with Punk and Rollins.
Oh yeah.
That has been some of the most fire shit I've seen in a long time. It's literally like three best friends just riffing hard on each other.
And like I said, once again, I'm I'm getting into this whole audio book of wrestling books, bro. Don't get me wrong, bro. But I caught Drew's.
Does he have a book too?
Yes, bro.
I'm getting on Audible right now. What the heck is going on?
I'm kind of upset though because on my end, it told me that my time of audiobooks is out. So I'm down to like the last 2 chapters of the Drew book, and I was so upset. I was like, I gotta.
It's called Mox, right?
Mox is Moxley's, of course.
Okay.
Drew's is
Buy for 1 credit. What a cover! I bet he's a scary dude, John Moxley.
I mean, some of his stories are pretty good, man. I was like, wow, I did not know that about him.
A Chosen Destiny?
Yes.
So what is this chosen thing? Because it was apparently a joke. He's like, who chose you? Like, so there's something there with that word chosen with Drew. Do you know anything about that?
So, in the beginning, well, his first beginning of WWE, that's how McMahon pushed him as.
The chosen one?
As the chosen one. And he was young. He had this look where it's like...
He used to be skinny, right?
Yeah.
He's...
So, it was just... It just stuck with him.
Gotcha. So that's why Punk said it? To kind of like make fun of Vince and...
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And that's why I'm enjoying all these promos that are going on, because they're catching on so many things that people aren't catching on to unless you're... in it.
Yeah, there were some things I didn't catch on to, but I knew that there was something. I was like, there's something going on here. I appreciate it because I know that they're doing something. I don't know what it was. So that's funny. Like, who chose you? It's like, I am the chosen one. Well, who chose you? That's funny.
And actually, he used that as a catchphrase for a good while too, as well.
I'm the chosen one.
Yeah.
Like Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett did the same thing, right? Like he was like, I'm the chosen one. Like, you goofy as hell,
his
man.
book
Get
is
that.
good. Drew's book. I have more respect for Drew now.
I
Honestly,
love Drew. I listened to a couple interviews with him. Like, he seems like a really funny guy, but he still doesn't break character. Yeah. Like, he's still like, I hate CM Punk. He's like, I just talk about CM Punk so much because WWE invested so much money into him. I'm just trying to keep him relevant. So when I finally destroy him, like, it means something. I was just like, which makes me think like he's gonna be there for a while. Like, I don't know.
But I mean, like I said, I think, like I said, the reason I stick with my theory of what's gonna happen is because Rollins knows the game of how it works. Drew,
what works?
Like how storylines are put into wrestling. You know, they know it's gonna work, and they know how they're gonna fit in back later on. So
Rollins,
bro, yeah, Rollins, even Drew. You know what I'm saying? Drew knows he's gonna get a push. I honestly, I know it's probably a load of crap, probably about the contract thing, because I mean, honestly, why would you give this man so many T-shirts?
Yeah, they're pushing him hard. That's
so
what I was
like,
I don't know.
Why would you no?
Maybe they're just allowing him to make as much money as he can before his contract ends. I mean, I could see that. Like, here's your opportunity to make more money. Like, we're not signing you, we're not giving you the money you want, but here's a way for you to make some money.
Yeah, but
like,
if you're WWE, you see, CM Punk will be back in so many times, but what if Drew's gone? Then you just totally let that go.
Yeah, they're building a feud. They're building a story here. That's why I'm like,
don't build a feud that you're not gonna cash in on. Pretty much what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, that's why I think he's gonna stay. Like they're pushing him way too hard.
Yeah, he's gonna stay, but like I said, he's also gonna understand the fact that, oh crap, Damian Priest just cashed in on me.
But I feel like even as a professional wrestler, or even just as a professional in the industry, you know that this is good for you. Even if you're Rob, like, you know this is a good story.
I mean, like I said, once again, if you get into his book, you're gonna hear some of the stuff like, dude, really? Like I said, he's gone through some crap in a wrestling.
He left, right? Where did he go? Because he was there and then he left and he came back.
He was let go, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. He was let go with a couple other wrestlers, which is Jinder Mahal. Because back in the day, they had this trio, which...
It was him, Jinder Mahal, and who else? It was Bobby Lashley.
No. Oh. It was, what's that redhead kid with...
Sheamus?
I work for my kids.
What?
Yeah, that's what his shirt said. That's what his WWE shirt literally said. I work
for my kids.
I do it for my kids.
But that's a cool thing. It's cool, like, but yeah, no.
So I can't think of his name, man. He was in NXT too, man. He was in the Nexus. Man, I can't think of his name.
I wouldn't know.
But believe it or not, Drew and Sheamus go back too.
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that until I heard his book.
It probably goes back to all that British strong style stuff, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So I was like, I didn't know that. I was like, wow. And like he talked about how they would, room together and stuff like that. Like,
yeah.
What? that. So like, wow, that's some interesting stuff.
I heard it when in the Becky Lynch interview I listened to. She was talking about that too. Like she was saying like all the British, because it's such a small like piece of like land, that the community is really like intertwined. Like everyone knows each other. She was saying like there's like, you ever played the game 7 Degrees of Separation? You know what that is? She was saying like you could play that game with 2 degrees over there. Like she could find 2 degrees of separation with like Colin Farrell, the actor.
Wow.
Like she was like, oh, I know a babysitter that used to babysit a son who was the cousin of like Colin Farrell. Like that's how like close knit everyone is in that area. Yeah, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, so like I said, some of his stuff on there, like I say, is like this dude went through some, but he made it. You know, out of the things, and it was.
I'm about to listen to it.
Yeah.
So Drew wins,
and
you're saying Damian cashes in.
Priest cashes in.
I don't think it's gonna happen, but I really like it. It'd be cool to see. I've just lost my faith in Damian to do it. Just because it's been so long, I'm just kind of like.
And I think that was their plan, to tell you the truth, man. You know, let's make people
let you forget.
Yeah, forget about it. And he's gonna come out.
Forget about it. Maybe that's what he's saying. Maybe he's like dead naming him. What like forget? Or no, he says take it easy.
Take it
I'm
easy.
tripping.
Yeah.
I'm tripping. I just made all that up.
I want that shirt. Take it easy.
I've never heard him say that. I mean, I heard him say
it's a backstage thing, I think.
Oh. It was like I've heard him say it one time in a Raw, and I was like, but everyone's quoting him.
I mean, he'll say it every once in a while in the ring.
Yeah. Oh, does he?
But it's more of, I think it's more of a backstage,
like an inside joke.
Yeah, inside joke, and everybody just stuck with it.
All right, man. Give me the main event.
Of course, we know the main event's going to be Bloodline Bros. I think everybody's going to get involved. I mean, you're going to have Rock, you're going to have Solo, you're going to have Jay, you're going to have Jimmy getting involved.
I mean, Rollins going to get involved.
Rollins going to get involved.
What side? I don't know.
And after what you said, I honestly think he's going to get involved to probably get at Cody, because that's when he turns on Cody. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just trying to find the motive.
But this is what I think is really going to happen with that turn. WWE just finished giving a big contract to somebody.
Should I look it up?
You already said the name.
Today?
Yeah.
I said a lot of names today, Lewis. That's not fair.
Yeah, 3 letters. We've been talking about, like, me and Frank has been literally throwing this out the last couple of times too. But it's already been said that, yes, the contract has been signed for him. MJ.
Get the fuck out of here. No way. They signed him?
They've already signed him.
Where did you hear that?
I saw it on one of the links on my wrestling things for Facebook.
God damn, bro. What?
Yep.
I hate MJF.
Yeah,
I know that's totally my style of wrestling.
They've already signed MJF, and I personally think if Rollins goes out to interfere and turns on Cody,
MJF is
going to come out
because they did business with
Cody, because they did business together, and you're going to have a feud between Rollins and MJF,
but without a title picture.
Without a title picture, but that's just to help him.
Yeah,
to develop.
He's totally my kind of character, but I just cannot stand him.
But then again, I could be wrong. It may not happen, but
you said they just signed him though. Why would they not do that?
But like I said, it could be a little bit early for him.
No, because you don't have to do any. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
You can just show up and throw a couple bumps, and that's it.
Yeah, but I think that's what's going to happen. Because after you said Rollins is going to turn, I was like, who else could? Because I mean, honestly, yeah, MJF could come out, help him out to win against Roman, but who in the bloodline would against MJF? No, makes no sense.
Well, I think he's just a renegade character. He don't care. He's just trying to get out there and kangaroo kick people.
Why not get him a feud between Rollins?
Is that the only surprise entrances you're thinking is going to happen?
I think that's going to be the only. That's going to be the main surprise. And then of course you get your Cody with the belt because he won.
Yeah. And
then of course you're also going to have at that time you're going to have the other feud that's going to happen between The Rock and Roman.
Okay.
Which I think The Rock's, and it probably won't go on until the next show, which will probably be, I don't think they would hop into Monday Night Raw real quick with Roman and Rock.
Yeah,
I don't think
let it simmer.
It's gonna have to be till Friday Night SmackDown.
They may not even do it then. They might let that shit just kind of ride that out,
bro. Like a quick, just let's throw a reel with that backstage.
I think Roman Reigns said that if he loses his match, he's done. That was put out on Raw tonight.
Really?
Yeah, that was a stipulation. Like he says, if he loses against Rose, he's done. So that leaves.
I call bull. But
I just don't. Yeah, and
I think what'll happen.
I agree with you, but like I don't like when they do stuff like that. Like when Jay did that and he's like, I'm quitting WWE, like just for you to come back next week. Like, what was the point of all that?
Yeah.
And then for you to drop like you're done, like you're retiring.
But I think that's when we're gonna finally get that Rock versus Roman match at SummerSlam. I don't think they're gonna wait till like next year WrestleMania. I think it'll be SummerSlam.
Yeah, it's gonna be soon.
And that's only because you got The Rock, who's gonna have a couple movies coming up, and I think at this time too, you'll probably have Roman go to Hollywood as well.
I don't see what he would do. He's gonna be a C-lister.
He's gonna be in the next Aquaman movie.
You think so?
Yeah. You're gonna find out Aquaman has a twin. I don't know. I'm just throwing out some stuff, dude.
He's just looking at Jason Momoa. Acknowledge me. Acknowledge me. He just keeps dropping it in the movie, and he's like, "Will you stop it?"
Oh man, that's funny. But no, I think he's gonna go to Hollywood for a bit.
Okay.
And then you're gonna have Cody with a nice little reign of being a champ.
Okay. MJF.
MJF is gonna be a surprise for everybody at WrestleMania. But I don't.
He just doesn't do it for me. I'm not excited about it.
No, here's my question though. Does he have the rights to the name MJF?
That's his name though, right?
Well, those are the initials.
Maybe it'd be Max. Triple X. Max with a triple X. We so lame.
So that's the thing. Is he gonna come out with his scarf again too? You know what I'm saying?
Frank was joking like because we were talking he might come out in Perth.
Yeah, we were here talking about
that. Yeah. Yeah. So he was like
the Timu,
yeah.
Timu scarf.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but that I think that's what's gonna happen, bro.
I can't stand MJF. How did they mess that up? How did AEW mess that up?
I think it was just a lot of backstage stuff, honestly.
Khan better get that stuff together, bro. Because they have the talent to really put out some good stuff. They need some writers. I'll go work for AEW and be a writer.
Oh, for real, bro. I take that.
Like, their stories suck.
But it's like I don't even think he's too busy. I don't think he's busy worrying about storylines. He's more about talent.
Yeah.
And I mean, he said it in some of his interviews. You know what I'm saying? Like the last one he had when he just finished signing the CEO.
Osprey. Is that who's
the
that?
CEO, man?
Austin?
Sasha Banks.
Oh, Sasha Banks, gotcha.
Or Monet, I think is her name now.
Monet, yeah.
Something Monet. Yeah, because they had an interview and like literally like she said a few words and he just took off with, yeah, she's good for business. So it's like, I get it. You know, if I'm a wrestler, yeah, I'm gonna go wherever they're just gonna pay me big because it's me.
And less work, yeah, dude, whatever.
You know, you're not gonna give me a storyline? Cool, no problem. I'll cash in.
Yeah,
I don't have to worry about 3 months of feuding with somebody
and getting my ass bumped for, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, let's look at they got Daniel. What's his name?
Brian
Daniels. He's already fighting out there in Mexico, and he's fighting in Mexico.
He's a thug for it though, man. He loves wrestling.
Yeah,
he's gonna wrestle. He's gonna wrestle past his prime. He's not
so much work, bro. It's not even funny.
Yeah, because he just loves it.
Yeah.
He just loves the sport. Like you can tell, like he just has so much respect and honor for the sport. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like he's gonna do it way past his prime. Like 30 years from now, we're gonna be like
Ric Flair.
He's gonna be like, he should have hung that shit up 20 years ago.
Think he's still gonna have his braids?
I don't even know if he's gonna have his eyes, bro. He breaks his face every other month.
For real.
Golly, dude. If I break my orbital bone, I'm done, bro. And he was out there like 2 weeks later. Like, you're a psychopath.
Yeah.
All it takes is a flick, dude. That's gonna hurt like a motherfucker, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
a fracture?
I guess you gotta do what you gotta do to pay the bills, man.
I hope it's worth it. I hope you got a good retirement plan.
And he's still married to the Bella chick.
Bella.
Yeah, the Bella twins, whatever it is.
I don't know. You're so deep in the wrestling game. I don't know. I'm learning from both of y'all. I don't know. I'm super hyped about it.
But yeah, bro. I think that's what's gonna happen, man. That's the surprise that everybody is gonna see. And
you didn't see. I'm getting drops, and I think it's because I messed up my algorithm. But I'm getting drops that Stone Cold might be there. I don't think it'll happen.
They said a few things like they said they had Stone Cold set up to show up. They have Cena showing up. Who else did they have? Someone said, yeah, Hogan's gonna be there regardless.
Sylvester Stallone.
But
I think that was.
That's only because it's Philly.
Yeah. He might do it like a cold opening, like Hogan did for SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Or Survivor, wherever Florida,
Something.
wherever Florida was at.
But like I said, it's a 40, man. It's 40 years of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
40 years.
I don't know. But that video you showed me with all the people coming, I was like, that could totally happen.
I showed Frank.
I'd be so exhausted as like someone be there from like screaming like, bro, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do this anymore.
Frank was like, dude, I would so be like that, dude. Like, what? But he's like, I wouldn't pass me if that really happened. But yeah, dude, I mean, it's 40 years of WrestleMania. Man, it's going to be a good one.
It's going to be a good one. According to this card, it's going to be nasty. I'm gonna be so exhausted just from watching it.
I'm glad I'm off.
I'm off Saturday, and I've already talked to the charge about letting me go on Sunday. She said, just remind her she'll let me go at 5 so I can start it at 6.
Yeah, I was like, God. Man, do I got to work that Sunday? Please tell me I don't.
I do.
Because I was like, if I do, I'm going to have to like send you know how you connect your phone to the TVs?
Oh.
Yeah,
you work overnight.
I was gonna put my phone to the TV and just watch it there in front of everybody.
We're watching this. I don't give a crap about Fox News.
Sorry, guys. We're watching wrestling.
If you don't like it, go somewhere else.
Or go to the command center.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I know that I feel like Cody will win. I don't know how it's going to happen. There's too much in the air. And that's why I like it. Because there's too much in the air. And they did a really good job of having like matches that had a cascading effect on another match.
And they made it where it's like you have to watch night 1 to know what's going to happen on night 2. Because if you don't, you're going to be in the back seat trying to figure out why did this happen.
Oh, they'll recap it, but it won't be like the real, like the live thing.
Yeah, so that's just one of those things. You know?
I wanted to show my son when The Rock was like beating down Cody Rhodes because he's so obsessed, and a part of me, and this is only because I feel that stories are so important, and when you get emotionally involved in a story, it makes the reward so much sweeter. I've seen so many movies that like I literally have cried in, that like epic movies like Lord of the Rings or Star Wars, like where you're just so like for me, I'm this super emotional person, so when I get really tied into like movies, and there's been a lot of movies where I'm like I'm trying to like hold in the tears and they're coming, and I know I can hear myself swallow. Like we're trying to hold it down, and I know my swallow is so loud, and my wife's probably like peeking at me knowing that I'm crying, but I'm like trying to hold it down and being like so emotional for the story that when everything concludes, it makes everything so much sweeter. I say all that to say, like, I low-key want my son to cry watching The Rock beat down Cody. I want him to be so emotionally destroyed.
You're like, yeah, he's invested.
So when he beats The Rock, he'll literally be like, because you're going to go in thinking like this is the end of the world, right? Because it's like, well, how can he possibly win? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I remember watching movies as a kid, like thinking like, how is the hero going to win? Like everything's stacked up against him. Because like there's always just that belief as a kid, right? Always that belief. I want him to experience that. Like when I experienced Sting at Starrcade 97. I was like, when he came out, like I remember just being like crying, like he's here. He's finally going to do it. A year of build up. Finally, it's going to happen. You know what I mean? Because it's just, it'll be so worth it. So I can, like, as a dad who has, like, the overarching view of, like, what's going to happen, like, everything's going to be okay. I'm going to make him watch it even though he doesn't want to watch it if he's that upset. But when he watches this, he's going to be like, I can't believe you did it. And that feeling when you look and, like, just knowing that, like, your kids were emotionally involved in, like, making that kind of memory for them, they're going to remember that for the rest of their life.
That's just like,
it might be a little convoluted, but they'll remember that feeling.
It's just like saying, oh, hey, you're into Disney, and then, oh, hey, Mickey's dead.
Yeah. What? When did that happen?
Yeah, but I mean, that's just how it is. Like I said, I remember, like I said, even though this is real, but like going back to the Bray Wyatt thing, like I said, I remember when I heard the news that Bray had passed away.
Yeah.
And I was like, crap. I had my kids that day. Yeah. And I was like, oh, crap. Because it happened on a Friday night, too. So it was like Friday, right? They actually announced it on Friday night, SmackDown. Eesh. And I was like, crap, should I tell him before he watches this? So I kept telling him, he's like, "You're lying." I remember, man, him crying. He was so invested into the Bray Wyatt character.
Yeah, but that was like real death.
Yeah, it was real death. But still, it's just it's just you know when a person's invested into it, it's like and the next thing you know, you start hating this person or whatever. Because I mean, that's like I said, this is our soap opera
for sure.
So keep telling me it's fake. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's my soap opera.
So is Lord of the Rings. So is Star Wars. I love the shit out of that. So sign me up. All right. Closing question. You talked about eras, right? Mm-hmm. You had the Attitude, Ruthless Aggression. So I believe the PG era. Okay. Is that what they called it?
Yeah.
Do you think that there has been a change in era from PG to now? Or do you still think we're like, do you think that we're still kind of like in this PG era? I say all that to say, like, there's obviously a new era dawning.
Yeah. And I see where you're going with it, with everything that's going on. Because, I mean, you had that Cody Rhodes backstage and blood all over the place. And
what would you call this era?
It's his sink or swim. It was going to be one of those sink or swim kind of things for him. Because like you
for
said,
Rhodes?
For WWE. Period. Yeah. Because you're in that transition, like I say, with TKO taking over. And it's like, they want to make that. It's about money.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you going to do? So, you have to have these wrestlers who come up like, look, this is what we're going to do. Because that's what worked. Because, I mean, that's when people started coming into wrestling. Because it was like, oh, crap. This was going on,
Yeah.
You had Undertaker crucifying people to a cross,
Who did he have? What was his name?
He had
Big Boss Man.
He had Big Boss Man. He had Stephanie McMahon.
He died. They hung him. But he was still alive. I don't get it. Yeah, Came back to like the feud with Big Show.
It's like that was what worked. Because like I said, it was one of those things back in the days, like Monday Night Raw, Monday Night Nitro. It was like, okay, you be flipping back and forth.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't have that right now because, AEW has different days. But still, it's like they brought back all that stuff because it's sold.
So what would you call the era?
The era of rebirth? I don't know, bro.
Frank asked me, I was like, the Dream era? Like, I was like, I don't know. I was so caught off guard. I was like, I don't know.
I would probably say the rebirth, man. Rebirth? I mean,